All right, folks, welcome to another Buckmasters Uncut video hunt. I tell you what, one of my favorite places is Alberta, Canada. Man, oh man, have we shot our biggest deer up there year after year. It's just the species of the whitetail. They're so big, they can handle that 40 and 50 below weather. And some of them weigh close to 300 pounds, and the mass on the deer, you know, and the forky brow tines, the kickers. I mean, they've got everything you want in a whitetail. And as I said, I've taken most of my biggest whitetails right there in Alberta. You know, this particular place was in eastern Alberta, and very different from the other places I hunt in Alberta. And you know, when you're riding out there, it's just complete prairie. I mean, no trees, no nothing. And then when you drop it off down in the river bottom, there it is. All the cottonwood trees, the real big willow thickets. But the key is the agriculture. And this particular place I've been hunting, I think, since 1989. It was full of agriculture. And when you got soybeans and corn and canola, all that, these deer can weigh up to 300 pounds. The antlers and the genetics, it's the best of the best, no question. There was a place they called out east, is what we called it. It was just a real small little old thicket that was coming in. There's some cornfields and some canola out there. And we've got two ladder stands out there. And that's one for a south-southwest wind. Southeast would be the best, but and then we got another ladder over there where we could hunt on a northwest. We were hunting out there, and we'd seen 3 shooter bucks, and that was the key. We were going to pick out one of them. And we were coming down to, I think it might have been the last day.
All right, folks, we've got a Millennium ladder stand here. It's the last afternoon here in Alberta. We put a lot of hours in. We got 3 bucks right here. We call the web beam buck, 9-point, a big 8. So we saw 2 of them about an hour and a half ago over there. We just couldn't get a shot. So hopefully it stays out of the southwest. So we approached out of the north. And maybe we can get a shot. Last afternoon, we've done it a bunch here in Alberta. We need it one more time.
And this buck, big old gnarly looking thing, and he had split brows. I remember that. Just, you know, seen him a couple of times. And he was out there chasing does, and finally he got over there broadside. It's probably close to 200 yards. And, you know, I got as steady as I could, and I squeezed the shot off, and, you know, I thought I hit him.
There's that 9-point right here. There's that 9. He's following a doe. Here we go. Yeah, I'm rolling.
You know, I felt pretty steady on the shot, and I said, you know, these big old deer don't react a lot of times. And I was sitting there going, I got that deer. And he bailed out over there to the left. I said, all right, let's just let everything calm down. We got some other folks probably hunting. We didn't want to booger the deer up. And I'm thinking, I got my buck. He's laying over there. And all of a sudden, some does come out, and this buck comes out. And Mark says, that's your buck. I went, no, it's not. My buck's over there. I got him. He said, that ain't your buck. I'm just telling you, that's your buck right there you just missed. I went, what? And I looked at my binoculars, and he had forky brows. I said, all right. And I said, if I go shoot again, and I got 2, I'm in trouble. But the more I kept looking at him, he had the exact forky brow tines on both sides, and Mark said, zoomed the camera up, said, that's him. And I guess I felt kind of bad. I said, how did I miss that shot, number 1? So, but that's normal. So he came back out there chasing that doe, and then he turned broadside.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That hit it. That hit it.
He's hit. He's hit. He kind of donkey kicked. I think that's the big 9 right there with the forky brows. No question. That's him. Last afternoon in Alberta, I can't tell you how many times we've done this over the years, but Wow. We came back after the big buck in the bow season, and we hunted this pretty hard. We never saw him. We saw every other buck 2 or 3 times. We never saw him, so he must have gone back across the river. But we saw more rutting action. I mean, it's been a long week, but I saw more rutting action I've seen here in 20-something years. So this is a big-bodied deer, big frame deer, forky brow tines. Oh man, what a cool deal. What a cool deal. All right, last thing I saw was the doe went over the bank right there. He didn't go over the bank. He's got to be in this tall brush right here. Oh yeah, look at him. Good sign here. Look, 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 look. When you see a rack sticking up, that's a good sign. He's down. Man, what a great buck. This is why you come to Alberta. Folks, we have been working hard this week. I mean, extremely hard this week. But I tell you what, when he was chasing that doe right there, he stopped. I squeezed the trigger. He gave the old donkey kick, so I know it was a good shot. Big body deer. And this is what Alberta is all about. You come up here to hunt these big bucks like this. Look at the body size on this deer right here. We saw him a couple of times this week, but we were kind of waiting for the big buck we saw in bow season. He didn't show up, and this one was definitely on the hit list. Man, look at that. Forked brows, good mass, good body size. This is Alberta at its finest. Check it out.
And that's the cool thing about hunting deer up there. You know, they just got that big neck, big body, but they're just really, really cool deer. But boy, that could have been a train wreck if I'd have made the wrong call. But that's why we really looked at him good with the binoculars and that. And you know, I guess I hit a limb or just shot over that buck or whatever, but it is what it is. It's not the first deer I've missed, and it sure won't be the last. But I was fortunate to get that deer and see having the does in there, you know, shooting at him that close. I'm surprised he didn't run, you know, all the way out of Alberta, but I don't guess I was close enough to scare him. So, but another cool hunt there in Alberta, Canada. I hope you enjoyed that one. That's another one of the Buckmasters video series, Uncut. If this is the first time to check in with us, push the subscribe button. Tell all your buddies we're all on social media now, all the Buckmasters. And we're going to be bringing you another Buckmasters Uncut pretty soon.